Hello friends, it's Christy. Welcome to Bitly Ditly Has Plans. In today's video, we're setting up the month of March in my budget planner. So let's get started. Alrighty, so March 2021, it is going to be a pretty full month because we've got a lot that is happening in terms of our budget. We've got lots of birthdays, there's a holiday in there, St. Patrick's Day, and then registration for the new school year is due for my girls in March, and we also have one of our cars that has their registration due as well. So lots going on budget-wise for us. I am using a monthly kit from Nicole Hutch Designs. So this is her March monthly. I loved the colors. I love florals. I use a lot of florals in my regular planner. And so I really thought this was pretty. I loved this green. So I have the, this is sized for an Erin Condren because my budget planner, if you haven't caught any of my previous videos, it is basically a Frankenplan planner with an EC monthly, Frankenplanned with the Budget by Paycheck workbook, which is from the Budget Mom. So these pages here are from the Budget by Paycheck workbook, and I printed them myself a couple years ago. I bought her printable version, and I've just been using that same one year after year. And I printed it in black and white, shrunk it down to 80%, and then trimmed it and had it punched at Office Depot. And so that fits the 7x9 size monthly planner from Erin Condren. Alrighty, so that's kind of the basis of my book. I am gonna pull out my little dashboard that I use. This is a little dashboard. Again, if you've watched my budget videos, you already know what this is. I just put together a Word document with all of my budget categories on one side and highlighted each category with a different color. And then on the back side, I put sort of like annual expenses, monthly expenses, just kind of the bills that I cover for our household. The way my husband and I do it is we kind of divide and conquer. So he manages his paycheck and basically our four walls and home, life, auto insurance, all that kind of stuff. And then I kind of manage a lot of the kids stuff, a lot of the variable stuff, food and all that kind of thing, gas for my car, my daughter's car, and that kind of thing. So this little dashboard just kind of helps me remember what's coming up when. And like I said, March is going to be busy because we have registration, we have our for our car and for school, and then like I said, lots of birthdays. So let's get started. Alrighty, so this is my first time using a Nicole Hutch Designs, like a kit, a monthly kit. So I'm kind of excited about that. I love her scripts. I think I've done a weekly kit of hers now. Oh, look, that looks so pretty. I love this color. I love the color for March. March is my birthday, my mom's birthday, and one of my nephews on my side of the family, and then Scott's niece as well. So all of those birthdays coming up. Look at that, that's cute. Okay, so that's that. And then I don't use the date dots. I don't cover those. I'm fine with the dates the way they are. That would just be, I think, too much work for me. So let's, oh, I guess I should have gone over, I have the monthly sheet. Sorry, friends, I'm kind of all over the place. I bought some washi because I like to lay out some savings pages. And then this sheet also came with it, bill due, some boxes. I don't really use these kind of stickers, but we'll see. Maybe I'll find a place or a way to use them. The way I do it following the Budget Mom is it's more like a highlighter method. So let's start with, oh, and then I also have a couple of great scripts from Phoenix Plans. Aren't these cute? Disney Plus and Netflix. And so I thought I'd buy these because I'll put in here when they're due, and that way I can just stick them down as a sticker instead of writing it in. So those are the stickers that we're using. So let's get with the important stuff, which is the paydays. So in March, I actually get paid, usually it's the 1st and the 15th, but if the 1st falls on a holiday or a weekend or whatever, we get paid earlier. So I'm gonna put this here on the 1st, even though the actual payday for some reason is Friday, February 26th. And then I'm gonna put this payday I like this font. This one on the 15th. Okay, so then what the budget mom does is so since I have two pay periods in the month, I'm gonna use two highlighter colors, and I think let's highlight the beginning of the month. So the first paycheck is gonna be this color. I'm just gonna highlight this so I know. And then the second paycheck, any bills that I pay out of that one, I'm gonna highlight here with this one. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so then going off of my little grid, so on the 1st of March, I am gonna pay, and I like to highlight and then write in, just because it helps with the ink, not like your highlighter smearing your pen ink and kind of getting your highlighter all dirty. So we've got allowance. I always pay half the tuition on the 1st. I always make a payment to my Visa. And then I also have my loan. I'm just gonna put it over here, my new car loan. That's all 1st and the 15th, right? Allowance, tuition. Okay, and then the registration, I am not sure what day this is gonna be due, but I have a feeling it's this day. So I'm gonna put it over here. I'm basically gonna pay it off in full in that first paycheck. So I'll do that. And then the Land Cruiser, I know I also want to pay in the first paycheck, just because the registration ends at the end of month of March, and with DMV and things being slow here in our state, I'm gonna go ahead and I'll put it over here. We'll just get that taken care of. I have to actually take my daughter's car in to be smog checked before we can actually register it. So that's part of it. Okay, and then Netflix is on the 13th. So I'm going to, look at this little cutie. And then Christine also let me know, like, I love these because in my regular planner, her scripts fit in the lines of my plum paper, but she also sized these. They fit inside of like Planner Kate stickers. Like, look, it fits perfectly in this sticker. Like, I love that, so that's great. Okay, Netflix is due on the 13th. Where's the 13th? Okay, so that'll be here. And I'm gonna highlight over it so I know that also goes with that first paycheck. Cute! Oh, I love that! Okay, so I think that's all of the ones going here with the first paycheck. And then the second paycheck, okay, so again, on the 15th, I pay my girls their allowance. I do that because I'm trying to teach them, like, this is how the world works, you know. Mom and dad get paid, like I get paid on the 1st and the 15th. I think Scott gets paid every other week. Like, that's kind of how it works out. So that's why they get paid on the same days I get paid. This is tuition. I always make another Visa payment, and then I split the car loan. And then Disney is the 15th as well. I'm just gonna put Disney here on the 16th since, oops, I'll use that one since it kind of fell off. Just because I don't have enough space there, I don't want to crowd it. So I'm just trying to teach them, like, so that they can balance and budget themselves as well. Like, if you get paid here and you blow all your money right away, you know, you got to wait till the next payday. And then the 29th is iTunes. So am I still in frame there, guys? Okay, let's see. So that'll be iTunes. Okay, so let me write these in and get these down, and then we'll do all of the birthdays. Okay, so now I want to mark the birthdays, and I think there were some little, yeah, I was going to put these down for birthdays. So we've got, my mom is here. I'm going to put her up here because I don't want to write on that glossy part. So that's mom, and then, oh my God, look at all these birthdays. And then my nephew, Jeff, is the 24th. I'll put him down here. And then there's me on the 26th. And then Scott's niece is on the 13th. Okay, so Sydney's first, so she's back east, so he'll probably just send a gift card or something like that. So that's, and then this one here, I don't know what to get my mom. What do you guys buy your parents? It's so hard. She has everything. And then, okay, so my mom is a big Lego fanatic, and they have this really cute Lego set, a pretty big one for the child from the Mandalorian series, and I love the child. And I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna get this for her birthday. And she went and bought it already. I was so upset. I was like, Mom, no, you just spoiled your birthday. Okay, and then Jeff, and then me. Okay, so this nephew, he's into art and drawing, so I like to get him art supplies. Me, I don't know what I'm doing. I want to get that Tombow brush set. It's on Amazon. It's like, I don't know, 96 pens, brush pens. That's what I want for my birthday. I think that's what I get for myself. And then I should mark here as well that we are going to, we're going up to our cabin, so there's always a little bit of a different expense there when we do that, because you know, you're not at home and you're buying food. I wonder if I should do it in blue or just, I think I'm gonna do this with the marker end here. So there's always, you know, like more eating out than we would do normally and that kind of thing. Okay, so that's kind of how I mapped that out. So anything in this color will be paid. I'll budget from my first paycheck of the month, and then the rest of this I will budget for the second paycheck of the month. And like I said, you know, I kind of take care of a lot of the variables. My husband does more of the four walls, that kind of thing. Yeah, I think I got everything there. So that's that. Okay, so then over here, this is where I like to set up my savings. And so I am going to just put down some washi. I don't have an actual like budget kit per se, like budget stickers. So I just kind of, for this kit, I'm just gonna kind of do my own thing. We're just gonna make it work. Let me get all my stickers off to the side here. And then let's see, I'm gonna turn this on its side and get my little ruler. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. So I will just kind of make up my own little grid here. Okay. So we'll call this account, and then this will be the starting balance, and whatever we add, whatever we subtract, and the ending balance. And then let's see, I think I'm gonna put some skinny washi that I have down for that. Let me see. Okay, I pulled a bunch of skinny washi that I had. This was just some inexpensive washi I got from Amazon, and I think I like this color here. So I'm just gonna put some of this across here, under here, like that. See if I can get in here. This is kind of hard. I'm doing it with the wrong hand. There. And then, so my accounts, I think I made my lines longer than they need to be here, but so I have my emergency fund, and then I have my 401k with work, and then I have an IRA, and then we have M's 529, and then we have SOF's 529. So those are like the major savings accounts. And then I think I'm gonna put a piece of bottom washi here like this, just to that. Okay, and then I don't think, I'll just erase these. This is what I love about these friction pens. They're so cool. They actually work. Like they actually don't write all that bad for being an erasable pen. Like sometimes you think of an erasable pen, it's probably not gonna write all that well, but it's actually not that bad. Okay, so that's sort of my savings. And then what I do down here is I put my FSA account here. I'll just use this yellow here. So I just keep track of like any expenses for that month that come out of that account. We don't need it a lot. I mean, we're fairly healthy, thank goodness. So we don't have a lot of medical expenses, but I do like to keep track of that there so I know what we got going on. And then here, a couple of my things that I want to make sure that I do. I'm going to go ahead and just use, actually, I think I like the pink. One of the things that I want to do, like kind of like a goal, I guess, is I want to get that Tombow set. I don't know why. I know I talk about it all the time, friends. I don't know why I am all about that set. And then here, I just want to make sure this is a registering the Land Cruiser is kind of a big deal. Okay, so that's something that has to happen. And then here's where I usually kind of put some of my, like, just what I want to do with excess funds, or I don't know if it's goals you might call it, or what have you. And I'm not going to even cover it. I'm just going to let this kind of mix in with my florals. Is usually I decide where I want to put my unspent cash. And so for this month, because I had a big month in February of like a big expensive renewing Otis's prescriptions, I need to build back his little savings. So I'm going to put here to apply unspent cash to Otis. And then also any other unspent cash, like I kind of will look at what's left and divide it up accordingly or appropriately to my auto sinking fund. And then I want to make sure I do weekly check-ins, which I did not do in February. And I kind of, I do my check-ins differently. I know a lot of people will check in and look at see how much they spent for the week. I look at how much cash do I have left. So I know going into next week, hey, listen, you've got, you know, X amount of dollars. So you got to make it work and then make extra debt payment. So if there's, you know, a nice size cushion in my checking account at the end of the month or at the end of a pay period, usually I wait till the end of the month because I like to roll over extra money just in case something pops up. Then I'll make even more of an extra payment. Like I make a $200 extra payment already as it is, but I'll do even more at the end of the month. Okay, so that's kind of how I'm going to set this up. So these are sort of like my major savings accounts, kind of like the money you don't touch, right? And then here I set up sinking funds. So I'm just gonna kind of do something similar. Put some washi down at the top, and maybe I'll go in and put a little sticker in later that says savings or something like that. Okay, and then draw my little lines here. Let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Gonna go down to here, give me a little extra space. Try to be somewhat straight with my lines. I mean, it doesn't really matter, it's okay. It's just me. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. So we'll put, am I in the frame? Start, adding, and ending. Okay. And then, oops, sorry. Let's do some more of this little colored washi down here. I thought that was kind of cute. Alrighty. There's that. Okay, and then I've got one for auto and then one for the school registration I save for, and then school books because we have to buy their books. Usually I'm buying books in July, so it's kind of like a July to July cycle. And then I have two Christmas funds. I have one in the bank, savings in the bank, and then I have one that's cash. Here's my little Tombow set that I hope to be able to purchase. And then I also want to add my husband's birthday. He will turn 50 this June. So I want to start socking away some money for that because he already told me what he wants. And then I do want to try to get to some schools, not that they do any like sanctioned tours, but I just want to be able to take the girls and kind of do something with them. Like we can just go and look around on our own. And then I'm going to put down some more of this cute little kind of peachy pink washi right here. And I'm going to put my cash sinking funds. So these are ones that, okay, so let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's do, and then let's use let's use one of these stickers. Let's see, what did I call it? I know I called it something. Yeah. Okay. Let's use a green one since that's kind of a pink right there. So this is cash sinking funds. Okay, we'll put that there so I can see a little bit of that peach. And then we've got Christmas. It feels so good to just totally bankroll Christmas with cash. I love it. And then Otis. And then I do have a personal envelope. So this is like for haircuts, dry cleaning, that kind of stuff. I like to pay cash with that. Okay, and speaking of Otis, and I mentioned all of his prescriptions and everything, I wanted to share with you guys, and I talked about this in my, I think I talked about this in my March monthly setup in my regular planner, in my you know, everyday planner. I just refilled a bunch of his prescriptions from Costco, and I made this little grid for you, friends. If you are not buying your pet meds through Costco and you are a Costco member, I mean, even if you're not a Costco member, you don't have to be a member to use their pharmacy. I highly suggest that you do. So Otis is on Apoquel at least once a day, sometimes twice a day, depending on how his allergies are doing. If he flares up, I put him to twice a day. It's half a tablet. So I buy 60 tablets at a time. And then he's on HeartGuard and NexGuard for his heartworm and flea and tick protection. And then this Betagen is a topical spray that I use when his paws get kind of irritated. Again, it's all kind of allergy related for him. This is what I would have paid if I had gotten these through the vet, which I have done for several years. Otis is 5.5, and he's been on pretty much most of these meds his whole life. And then this is the Costco member price. Now, this is the trick. You actually have to make sure they know you're a Costco member, because Costco prescriptions are discounted, but if you're a member, you get an extra discount. And so this is how much I saved on each prescription, and the total saved. Like, that's a good amount. 60 bucks can do some damage somewhere. So this was really great. I was so excited about that. So I typed this up because I just wanted to share it with you guys, for all of you fur mommies out there and daddies. It's name brand. It's not like it's generic or anything like, you know, generic drugs that you might be concerned about. It's the name brand drugs. So really excited about that savings. So I just wanted to share that with you. Okay. And then what I wanted to do, I've mentioned this before, friends. I'm sorry that I can't share with you my actual budget numbers. It's just something that we need to keep that part private. But I will show you kind of how this works. So, because I don't think I've done this in past videos. So this will be the first paycheck that I get on, let's just call it 3/1, right? I actually we'll get it into my account on the 26th. So my income is just my payroll. I don't have any extra income or anything like that, so I will put that there. And then what I do is, for me, this section is all of my bills, right, that get paid out of my banking account. And then these envelopes, these are all of my cash envelopes, and then my sinking funds or, you know, savings, that kind of stuff. So these things go here. So what I do is I just look at what I've got going on, right? And I just kind of put them in. So I know first thing I always pay is my girls' allowance, and that's on the 1st. And then I'll take their tuition out, and I call that on the 1st. And then also I will pay my credit card, and then also the auto loan. And then let's see, I've got allowance, tuition, visa, auto loan, and then this month we've got the Land Cruiser Reg, right? And then I also have to smog check it, so I'm gonna leave money in there to do that. And then I have the registration. I'm looking at all, we get a weekly email, so I'm expecting to see that date come out soon. And then Netflix, that's on the 13th. And then I put gifts here because I know I have to buy, Scott's got to get a gift card for his niece. And then we're also going to Old Greenwood. So I'll allow for some extra money. I'll budget for some money for us to have when we're up at our cabin, just for that weekend. And then down here, my cash envelopes tend to always be the same. So it's going to be the food, fun. Oh, that's another thing. I usually put fun in here as well because when I do my Etsy shop orders, obviously I do those online, so I want to have money in my account. I don't pull all my fun out as cash because I need some in here to pay for that. And then miscellaneous, just a little bit of money there. And then, let's see, what else do we have going on? That will be, I'll leave that in the account. I think that's it. So those are the only things that I'll pull cash for. And then over here, I put my sinking funds, so how much that I want to go into savings. And sometimes, because I get paid twice a month, sometimes I can't put money in every single one of these with every paycheck. Sometimes it's like, oh, this paycheck, I'm not going to put money into, you know, Christmas. I'll do it in the next paycheck. It just depends on how it works out. Like with having to pay the Land Cruiser, I actually have money in my auto savings already for that, so I'm not too worried about it. It's just going to be a matter of transferring money around. But this is just kind of how I account for it. And so I'm already going to be starting to save money for next year's registration, so that it's not like I have to save a whole lot out of each paycheck because I'm doing it so far in advance, a year out in advance. It's little amounts, and so you just, it doesn't hurt as much, right? You just don't feel it as much. So it's a lot easier that way. And then Christmas, and then I may not even need to do the Tombow. I may be able to buy that, or maybe I think this is the last paycheck I need to put money aside. And then definitely I want to make sure I do Scott's birthday. And then let's do the college stuff too. Let's start putting some money so that this summer we can go on college tours. Okay, and then if there's anything extra, I put here, and then extra savings, usually whatever is left, I leave that as a cushion in my checking account. So what I will do is, these are where I need to allocate the dollars. And so now I'll go in and first these are the things that have to get paid. So I will do that first, and then whatever is left over, I will figure out, okay, how much can I allocate then into food, fun, and miscellaneous, and then whatever's left over, then I start allocating into here. These three here are pretty much a set amount every paycheck. I know after doing this for so many months, couple of years now, I know what we spend in food, so I know how to split it up between two paychecks in the month, and I know how much I can allow myself for fun or miscellaneous, or sometimes I know, like, okay, I want to put more towards, you know, this sinking fund or whatever, so I'm gonna, you know, reduce this here. We're not gonna have as much fun. But because it's by paycheck, it's like, okay, that's a 2-week period, right? You can squeeze tight for a 2-week period, and then the next one maybe loosen up a little bit. So this is why I like her system. I feel like the flexibility is there for us as a busy family, and things come up. I don't ever have to say no. Well, not that I don't have to ever. I feel like I don't have to say no as much because I'm prepared. So I like that. Anyways, I just kind of wanted to share with you kind of how I write it down. Again, I'm sorry that I can't share my actual dollar figures with you, but that just is what it'll look like. And then what I do is for the cash amounts here, I use this as the cash envelope breakdown. So I know how many singles, 5s, 10s, 20s, and 50s I need to get from the bank. And then I have these, I printed these in color. So these are like little teller slips that she has in the book. I cut them up and I fill them out, and I just hand the check and this to my teller, and I say I want to cash a check. And this is the breakdown of what I want, and they love it. It's so great. A couple of my tellers at the bank actually are like, hey, who do you follow? What is this? And one of them, I went in last week, she was like, I tried so hard to get my husband, like we started it and it didn't work out the first time, but we're gonna try again. So I love that. Just by using these at the teller, I've turned her onto it, and her husband are trying to get things on track. So that's awesome. I just think that's so great. I know it's gonna work for them eventually. So that's it. All right. So I have the month of March pretty much set up. I'll go back in off camera and put in my numbers and figure out where I am, and we'll be good to go. Alrighty, friends. I think that's it for this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe so you can catch future content on my channel. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.